Wednesday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
And I'm meteorologist Jefferson Donovan.
And Jefferson, in the world of weather, things seem like they're on the good streak, if you will. Nice week is what I would like to dub this. I mean, we did have some wind earlier in this week, and it seems to be dying down a little bit. What is the resurgence of anything, if at all?
Well, we are going to see plenty of sunshine today and tomorrow. By the time we get to Friday, we will see more clouds on our region, and we will even maybe see a few raindrops as we get towards Friday evening. Now, that is still up in the air at this point. Some models are trending much wetter, some are trending drier. And also, I would say that if you joined us yesterday morning, in the past 24 hours or so, models have gone through a pretty significant swing in terms of what temperatures will look like this weekend, and it is now trending like it will be a warmer weekend as opposed to a cooler weekend. We'll talk all about that as we go later into the newscast. But right now, as we look outside at the Tri-Cities, there's not a whole lot to discuss this morning, although it is pretty chilly. 33 degrees at this point underneath mostly clear skies. Here's a look at your weather headlines today and going forward. Sunny and nice through Thursday. As we get towards Friday and Saturday, we could be confronted with some of those isolated showers, and then it is going to be a pretty blustery weekend, but as I've already mentioned, also a warm weekend. We'll talk more about all three of these weather headlines coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. We begin this morning in Yakima. The man accused of shooting and killing a teen at a weekend party is being held in jail and appeared in court Tuesday. The 21-year-old is accused of killing 18-year-old Salvador Granillo early Sunday morning during an altercation at a party and now faces second-degree murder charges. Judge Jeffrey Swan had this to say to the accused yesterday.
I'm concerned about the alleged reasons behind Mr. Barriga Vargas's actions and how he chose to engage others. I think there's probably a lot more than what we're reading in the report, I can imagine. But for today, given the information that I have, it is clear to me that some amount of bail is necessary, and it probably needs to be significant.
Now, the suspect's bail was set at $500,000. His next court hearing is scheduled for May 6th. A man accused of stealing mail directly from mailboxes in Benton County is behind bars. Benton County Sheriff's deputies say they caught up with the 44-year-old suspect Monday evening after they got a call that someone saw him taking mail directly from a mailbox in the 6000 block of Arrowhead Avenue. Deputies say the suspect had mail belonging to several homes in the same area. Charges related to the mail theft were sent to the prosecutor's office. The man is being held for at least 72 hours because of a hold for burglary issued by the Richland Police Department. The recovered mail was returned. Control of the Franklin County Jail is on the agenda for the county commissioners meeting. Recently, commissioners added a resolution that would immediately strip away control of the jail from the sheriff's office. Sheriff Jim Raymond says it's a move that would risk lives, threaten dozens of jobs held by current jail staff, and ultimately increase costs to the taxpayers. Under state law, the commissioners are legally allowed to take control of the jail by forming their own corrections department, but they would still be required to follow the rules and regulations required of a corrections facility. Sheriff Raymond says in order to do that, an entire law enforcement agency would need to be built from the ground up and implemented as soon as they sign the resolution.
And ultimately, it's going to endanger the men and women doing the job down there, and it's going to put inmate operations at risk. And I mean, all three commissioners, okay, not a one of them have a background experience in corrections, and nor does Mr. Danzel.
Now, we asked Franklin County Administrator Brian Danzel for an interview, and while he would not sit down with us, he did say the topic was only added to today's agenda for discussion, but it is entirely possible commissioners could vote to make a decision on the resolution. Commissioners' meetings are open to the public, and today's meeting starts at 9 a.m. We'll share the latest tonight at 5. Yesterday was the special election across the state, and in Yakima County, voters are deciding whether to raise the sales tax to fund a new emergency communication system. If it passes, it would raise the sales tax by 0.2%. For example, it would add 2 cents to a $100 purchase. So let's check the numbers after the first vote count. The measure is getting strong support with 72% yes votes. This measure just needs a simple majority to pass. That's 50% plus 1 vote. The Findlay School District has a replacement educational programs and operations levy on the ballot. It's a 2-year levy, and it is a lower rate than what was put forth in February at $1.89 per $1,000 of assessed value for 2026, moving up to $1.99 in 2027. After the first vote count, the issue is passing with 61% yes votes. In Walla Walla, residents are deciding on two things: a school district levy and a consolidated fire department. On the school front, the Waitsburg School District is looking for a safety, security, and technology capital projects levy that would cost 80 cents per $1,000 of assessed value. It's a 3-year levy, and the issue is failing with 56% no votes. As for the fire district, leaders are hoping to combine Walla Walla County Fire Districts 1, 3, and 7 into a regional fire authority in the northern part of the county. The proposition would take effect May 1st if passed, and would funding from property tax would not exceed $1.20 per $1,000 of assessed value. After Tuesday's count, the issue is passing with 78% yes votes. Now, in terms of voter turnout, it's on the lower end. Benson County is sitting at 34%, Yakima is at 16%, and Walla Walla is sitting at 28% voter turnout. Now, a reminder, though, more votes will be counted over the next several days, which could change the results. And by extension, voter turnout. We'll be sure to provide updates as we get new numbers in. The election, though, is set to be certified May 2nd. And over to the city of Prosser this morning because leaders are considering a new curbside recycling program that's all about convenience. It's a subscription-based service where folks in Prosser can place their recycling bin out on the curb next to their trash bin to be collected weekly. The service is $24 a month in addition to the current garbage rate, along with a 1-year commitment. City leaders tell us it'll make your life easier.
Prosser is a great recycling town, but a lot of our residents have to drive to the transfer station or all the way up to Richland to do recycling. This option will give people the convenience of being able to do recycling right at their curb.
The mayor says the city will only go forward with the program if they get at least 400 people to sign up. And to do that, you can go to the Prosser City Hall and fill out a form, or head over to our website, KEPRTV.com, where we'll have a link. And finally, a family business that's been around since 2013, Dee's Wicked Cider in Kennewick, is shutting its doors come Saturday night. Known for their baked apple hard cider, Dee's Wicked Cider was born after a handcrafted drink for the owner's wife reached a customer by accident. After getting approached to buy a big brand name, the cider hit the ground running. It was quickly embraced and loved by the community and even had success in many competitions. Owner Daniel Washam tells us why they're closing.
I don't see the hope with decisions that are being made by the legislation that are causing uncontrolled price increases. There's a major attack on farms. They're unable to move and get away from the urban growth area due to irrigation, and as houses are encroaching, it's running the land cost up. And the second leg of the farmer's three-legged stool has been kicked out from underneath them with the labor costs.
Washam says Dee's Wicked Cider will be available here locally for a period of time, but when it's gone for good. If you'd like to wave farewell while enjoying your final pint, you can head over to Dee's. They're open Wednesday through Saturday this week. Now, Jefferson, I got to say, there was a place called Wicked Cider, and I didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
We say Wicked all the time over in New England, and I missed out. I'm going to have to go get a pint before they shut down.
Yeah, you might need to go grab that. I've heard great things about it, and we are going to have some great weather conditions in our forecast area for today. Plenty of sunshine. High temperatures today are going to be climbing to the upper 60s to low 70s. A beautiful day to get outside and maybe walk to Dee's Wicked Cider if you choose to do that. We will see, again, beautiful weather conditions for today. Tomorrow, we are also going to see plenty of sunshine and even warmer weather. I will tell you when clouds will make a big-time return coming up.